We had 2 CTRs. First I had a Hydroburn. Then 2 CTRs, now 2 Riley. And that's been 32 years. So they will last a long time. Might not look too good, but they do last. Good morning, guys. Y'all heard me talk in the past about what a hard time we had with trucks. You know, could never find enough trucks to help us haul the wood, and of course that led me on the quest for new trucks. Ours was old. I ain't gonna say they wore out, but they had a lot of miles on it. They needed a lot of attention, and us hauling so far, I couldn't take the time to pull them out and spend the time and money that would take to get it back up in top shape. So we bought new trucks, and since we've got them, I think we're on the, don't hold me to this, it's either 4 or 5 weeks, but the last 3 weeks we have got over 100 loads. I think the first week we got 96 loads. And of course we still got a few contract trucks that's helping us, but it has made a world of difference in being consistent. I want to clarify something. A lot of people know this, apparently a lot of people don't. We're calling these trucks automatics, but they're not full-blown automatics. It's called an Eden Ultra Shift. What it is, if you was to get underneath that truck and look at it, it would look like any normal manual transmission, but it's got a brain on the side, a little computer on the side, and there's servos in it that actually does the shifting for the driver. I don't know if PACCAR is a full-blown automatic, but I know Allison's are. Allison has got a torque converter. I mean, it's just like the automatic transmission in any vehicle on the highway. But these trucks are not full-blown automatics. They are essentially manual transmissions being shifted by a computer. And I think you heard some of the drivers say we got to get them dialed in. And each driver's got different habits, got different driving habits. And once we get them tailored for each driver, I think the trucks will shift, you know, fluid, smooth, just like any automatic should. And hopefully it takes some of the workload off these guys and make them more productive, because none of us are getting any younger. Well, today I made a rookie mistake. I mean, these loaders take abuse, you know, 9 hours a day. I mean, we work them hard. But Antonio will take trees and stick in the ground. It actually keeps his piles separate so they don't mix. Well, I was trying to do that on the back side, and I didn't have the lock position just right. When I went to push it in, I let the grapple fold all the way over and cut my line in two. So the line didn't blow out, I cut it in half. So I had to replace the line on it, but I can't blame that on nobody but myself. But it's one of those things you forgot about, but you learn real quick. Yeah, that's what that was. I don't know what I was thinking a while ago. I was trying to stick a tree in the ground to keep the wood from rolling in where the trucks go back in. I grabbed it the wrong way. When I went to push down on it, I folded the grapple all the way up, and this part right here actually came down and cut my, it's one I didn't cut all 4 of them into. Stupid mistake. Supposed to have a stop here, but we bent it a long time ago and we cut it off. I need to get that fixed back, because that would prevent all this. But I have one made up. It's actually for the saw buck, but that adapter to work fine here. And I'll see if I can get this truck loaded and quit working on stuff. We'll see. Find my wrench. You know, it's funny, we were talking about yellow flies, especially the other week when I was cooking. We was talking about the yellow flies, and they're funny little creatures. You get out in the sun, they don't bother you. I mean, they got enough sense not to go in the sun too, I guess, but then the sun will bake you. You get over in the shade where you can actually breathe a little bit, then the yellow flies will just take you over. I don't know if a little bit of water will run them off, but I wish they'd go somewhere.
What time TC come out there, Gary? I might stop and get this radio checked on. Can you hear me? Yeah, well.
I don't know if it's just my radio, man. I don't really have what you say.
Okay, this is our first month here with these new trucks. I'm kind of really impressed with them. But we hadn't really been in no mud with them yet, but it's been in a lot of sand. It's real dry, and it seems to pull a whole lot better than other trucks in the sand. So right now they're doing real good. I'll be 100% convinced once I get in some mud. Then I know the real deal what's going on. But right now they're a little better on fuel. Yeah, as you can see, they're a whole lot nicer. And where I'm sitting at now, it's a hill and there's a lot of dead sand. They climb right up the hill with no problem. But the other truck probably heavy in the front, and with a stick, it probably would have got stuck. I'm pretty sure it would have. So right now we're doing good, hauling a lot of wood and waiting on that mud to get in. I'm not waiting on it. Don't really want to see it, but I know it's coming. So we've had the mud test. They got my thumbs up. 10 vote.
Hey, good morning. This is Daniel. We're out here on the Rhinestein track. We probably had the trucks probably about a month now. Looking a little bit over 9,000 miles on mine. So far, everything is doing good. We had the Edenton transmissions in there. They're holding up to the name, automatic ones. We'll keep you updated on what they're doing, but so far they're doing real good.
Yeah, we've had these new trucks a little bit over a month, and everything's going real good. I started out with 475 miles. We got 14,000 on it now, so everything's working good. And I think we got a good, Boss Man got a good deal on them as far as for the woods.
You know, we're talking about different employees, and Antonio has been with me now for I think 15 or 16 years. It's been a good while. I don't know, I can't remember the exact day, but I remember when he came, he actually didn't know how to run a chainsaw. And of course, back then we had limbers, and that's what he learned how to do. Him and his brother was limbing for us. And of course, those guys, they're real observant, because they would always watch the tractor drivers. And then the first time a tractor driver lay out, they'll jump on the tractor, and they already know a lot of it just by watching the other guys. That's one thing I'll give it to the crowd out here. I mean, they watch other people, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, he's on a tractor because he was better than the driver I had. So he starts pulling wood, and he became one of the best gear operators I ever had. And then something happened, and we had to put him in the loader, and he's turned out to be one of the best loader operators I ever had. It's funny, if you get somebody that wants to work and wants to learn how to do something, it's obvious that they can, because this guy here couldn't run a chainsaw. He mastered that, then he mastered the grapple tractor, now he's pretty much mastered the loader. Of course, if you ask him, we learn stuff every day out here working, but he keeps what he's learned, and if he makes a mistake, he learns from that.
My name is Antonio, and I working for Vibe for a long time. It's like 18 years ago. So I started working in the chainsaw. Later, I jumped drive to the skidoo for 13 years. Now I run in this loader like four years ago at M5, and right now I try loading creaking where I can, because I need loading fast where I can. Try to get it 20 or 25 loads a day. I got the 2 weeks behind it. It's pretty good weeks. 1 week is 109 loads. It's good week. Last week is 97. This week is 97.
I've had a chance to test the new truck out for probably about a month now. I'm impressed with it, but you know, like everything, it's got its flaws. But overall, I give it a thumbs up. Well, I give it 2 thumbs up. I like the fact that it's automatic. It makes my job a little easier. Ain't got to shift no gears. It's not really a Caterpillar motor, but as certain spots that I've tested it, so like
Coming by the steel bridges coming up.
like there's one hill like going to the mill that gives trucks hell, you know, to climb. And with that cat, you know, it would go right up that hill. You know, it'd get on up to 55, 60 miles an hour, pull that hill. And I must say, this truck right here, it'll get up to at least 54 or 55. Won't quite get too much more than 55 on that hill, but granted, the truck brand new and the motor's not broke in yet. So I'm pretty sure after the motor gets broke in, it'll handle that hill just like that cat. It's just a different feel. It's kind of like a mental thing, you know. Been so used to driving that Caterpillar motor so long, then you switch over to the Cummins, which is doing a good job too. But you know, being that it's automatic, you know, like I said, the computer gonna let it get up to speed how the computer wants it to get up to speed, not how you are used to you know, telling it how getting up to speed, you know, but that little stuff like that, you know, you can deal with, you can live with, you know. But overall, I give it 2 thumbs up.
You know, y'all know that in the past, whenever we would have good weeks or 100-load weeks, we would cook. Well, and it's been a long time coming. I mean, it's probably been, I don't know, a year. I mean, I can't remember the last time we got 100 loads. But they are nice. Look at that, boy. That's a piece of meat right there. Yes, it is. 450 degrees. Let's see how many I can get on there. But it wasn't our fault in the woods, is we didn't have enough trucks. Our trucks was old, hauling the wood too far. I mean, I can think of 10 different excuses. But we got the new trucks in, and they're doing good. But they're new, they should do good. But since we've got the trucks, I think since after the first week, we have been 95 plus loads every week since we've had them. We've actually got 100 loads 2 or 3 times. I'm actually behind on cooking because, you know, I'm trying to run the loader and Justin's in the shovel. You know, Dave's not here anymore, so I kind of fit it in where I can. I got some steaks here. As soon as everybody comes up, I think they're ready.
You think I should take this load, or should I stick around and load my belly?
Need to.
Which one do I need to do?
I would eat
The belly or the load? Belly?
Oh, belly.
Alright, well I'm gonna stick around and load my daggone belly then. That load to get there. Rico will stay up in 24 hours. That ain't gonna close. No time soon. I think Daniel said he want his meat bloody.
Huh?
Daniel said he want his meat bloody.
You want his bloody?
He want his meat bloody, yeah. I told him I won't eat no bloody.
Get a plate. There's a plate right there. What's up? You ready to eat?
Always. I was gonna try to move my truck out the way.
Well, don't move your truck. But we had a great meal today, and I actually owe them another one because I know we got 100 loads 2 times. I think it was 97, 93, and 96, but right there at it just about every week since we got the new truck. What's this quick? Medium well, medium well.
What would you call them?
All the way.
What would you call a piece of damn red meat there, boy? That's a whole lot of steak there. Don't mess up my diet, but oh well, you only live once, right?
Say the blessing real quick. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you, dear God, for being so good to us. Thank you, dear Lord, for the guys working together safely, productively, dear Lord. I pray you bless this food and just let us have a good, safe weekend this weekend, dear God. In your son's precious name we pray. Amen. Amen. But I mean, every man out like they appreciated it, and of course you can tell by the way I look, it's hot today, and it's not fun sitting over that grill. And unfortunately, what we're working at, you're either in the sun and you're baking, or you're in the shade and the yellow flies are eating you. The yellow flies are terrible out here. But the steaks, they actually was pretty good. The grill cooked them real good, and everybody ate, had a good time. We're waiting for Wayne to get back. We got his plate safe for him. But I do not mind doing that at all for the guys, because these guys work hard out here. It's not the best conditions in the world, although I think we got the best equipment made. But it's enjoyable to do something for them, and they actually appreciate it, because I want them to know that I appreciate them, because it is hard work getting up every day, 5 and 6 days a week, come out here and work 9-10 hours a day. Actually, because Justin's having to pick the guys up and he's on the shovel and he's really the mechanic, the guys that ride with him usually have been working to 6:30 one night to 8 o'clock trying to get stuff fixed. So I can't thank those guys enough because nobody's complaining. I'm sure they want to get home like the rest of us, but they know we got a job to do and they're sticking in there and they're getting it done. And I appreciate that. And then we don't get 100 loads because we did dinner on Friday because I cooked steaks. Then the next week it takes a week to build back up again. So I end up cooking every other week.
Oh, okay. On the top of the road, I see some light.
Oh, well. Yeah, I believe I gave that steak all I had, man. Appreciate the steak.
You're welcome.
Next time. Yes,
Medium rare.
all day.
Hey, that fan's probably the best Christmas present I ever got.
Yeah, that thing blow pretty hard.
That I didn't appreciate at the time.
I seen you swat them the other side away from you yesterday with it, holding it over your
They
head.
were
Like
sucking it in. I could hear them hit the fan blade. They were sucking it in.
So as soon as I hit the swamp, all the flight disappeared.
more hands, sir.
They don't want to be eating balloons.
You want some hush puppies? A whole bunch of hush puppies left. There's one plate left. Wayne's, one of them's Wayne, and the other one y'all can fight over.
Okay.
Yeah, wide open.
Well, I heard that Gary finally got a chance to take his boat out, which I am so happy, because all he's done is complained that we're working him too hard, and he's bought this boat and he's had it for a few months now and he hadn't had a chance to take it out. Well, I'm glad Gary got a chance to take his boat out. And to be honest with you, we actually took ours out for the first time in 2 years, I think. We might have taken it out one time last year, but my wife got me to get a Hurricane. It's like a pontoon boat type thing, but we finally loaded up the kids, the grandkids, and we went out to the beach with it. But I'm glad Gary got to go out on his boat, and I was talking to him and I heard he was saying that, you know, there's still a lot of remnants of the hurricane that you can see around the waterway. I know there's one I can see from a bridge in Wilmington. I mean, it's a nice looking boat that's still over in the marsh. It's just crazy that, because I know boats are very expensive, especially one like that. I just can't believe it's still sitting there. But anyway, I'm glad Gary got a chance to take his boat out.
Justin.
Possibly be any happier.
This is also Justin.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Justin's just riding me. He's going down to Mississippi. He's repping Mississippi. He's riding around to see how North Carolina loggers work.
Yeah, we also today we had our annual visit from our insurance company. It's Forestry Mutual. They'll come out at least once or twice a year and just inspect everything, look around. It's more of a visual thing to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Those guys have got a lot of money invested in it. Well, they're on the, what's the right word? They're on the stick for a lot of money. I mean, if they insure us, they insure the workman's comp, the equipment. I mean, if something was to happen, they're on the line for it. So they come out and check their investment out and make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. And we try to. I mean, every now and then they'll have to recommend us and tell us we need to do a little better here or do a little better there. But that's what they're there for. Because when you get out here working, you know, you get busy and you forget things. And it's good to have those guys to come out, remind us of, you know, you need to tighten up in this area here, and we'll do that. And so it was good to see them out, checking us out. And Justin talked to them, and I think everything was fine. And but it's good to have those guys come out and just remind us of what we need to be doing.
I'm Tony Havens with Forestry Mutual Insurance. We come out at least once a year to visit Bobby and Justin and just do a quick safety survey of the crew and just make sure they're covering all their bases out here so no one gets hurt. That's our primary thing, is make sure they come to work, go home the same way every day.
You know, out here in the woods, especially this time of year, the summertime, you know, fire is a big real deal out here. I mean, as dry as it is right now, if something was to catch on fire, it could probably take the whole woods out. So, you know, we had the guys, some of these tractors we've got has got the Amerex system on it, which is a powder-based fire suppressor system. And we get it inspected once a year just to make sure everything's good, because, I mean, the Fella Buncher is the last piece I bought, the most expensive piece I bought. You know, a little over $500,000, and you got to have some kind of safety mechanism on it, because that is the key to the job. It's the most expensive piece out here. And it's got a good system on it, and of course we get the guys to check it, so the insurance companies, you know, signs off on it, everybody's good. So if something was to happen and the system didn't put it out, that we would have legal grounds to get another tractor, you know, he's pay for that one. But everything out here we've got systems on. We got water-based systems on the other tractors that I can inspect those. They do pretty good, and that's the system that come on that tractor. But you know, you got to take safety serious. I can think back just a few years ago. It was 8 degrees. Smitro was cutting in about 3 foot of water. The water was even with the top of his tracks, and it busted a hydraulic hose. And don't know how it done it, because Tiger Cat's real good about compartmentalizing the engine away from the hydraulics, you know, to separate them for incidents just like this. But somehow the hydraulic line busted, and the oil it must have hit the hood and went around the guard. So I'm not sure how it done it, but it hit the turbo. And long story short, Smitro said in about 45 seconds the fire was as high as the boom was. All he had time to do was get out of the tractor and walk away, and when he got far enough away, he turned around, took a picture, and the flames was 20 foot above the boom. Within a matter of a few minutes, the tractor was completely engulfed in fire, burning in 3 foot of water, 8 degrees outside. You could have told me anything had happened, gotten stuck, anything, but a tractor burning up in those kind of conditions, I just never dreamed of nothing like that. So that made me really start, you know, taking into account, getting this fire stuff checked, checking stuff out, because when you least expect it is when something's going to happen, and it's always better to be safe than sorry.
My name is Raymond Lee Smith Jr. I work for Firefighter Product. I'm out here in the wood with Mr. Bobby logging company. We do fire system and stuff. So basically we come out here and service their equipment. Thank you.
wet, I need to give you some. I've been waiting a long time to give you this. This right here is a certificate to Gary Foy for 1,000,000 miles.
1,000,000 mile call.
Yep.
How about that?
You get a nice Caterpillar jacket and a Caterpillar hat.
How about that?
Wear it proudly, son.
Wear it proudly. I'm gonna wait.
You put that on right now.
I'm gonna wait till it cools off. I'm gonna wait till it cools off.
There you go.
I was wondering that they had they forgot about it.
No, they ain't forgot about it. Just took a while to get everything together.
All right.
That's the accomplishment right there.
All right, that is. I'm proud of that too.
All right. Good job. Thanks, Gary. You know, today Gary was awarded a certificate for getting 1,000,000 miles on his on the old truck with the cat motor in it, which is quite an accomplishment. You know, I guess I don't know. I can't imagine sitting in one truck for 1,000,000 miles. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. But Cat, I guess, recognized them, you know, for their engine making it that long, which is a good thing. But it was good, and I appreciate Gary sitting in that seat for that amount of time to accumulate that many miles. It was good, and you know, and I think Gary appreciated it, so that even makes it better.
Enough to know
You know, been talking to some of the truck drivers. We've had a few little glitches with the trucks, like some of them was skipping gears, shifting. And I just told the guys to call Dixon, and you know, because obviously I don't know what to do to them. They're new trucks, and I don't got a computer out here to work on them. But hopefully, I mean, for the most part, the guys like them. It's still a learning curve because all these guys has been used to shifting gears their entire life, and to get into something that you don't have to do that. And you know, in the road we're on, it's kind of a bad road to learn how to drive them because we got a lot of different sand beds, and sand beds is you got to know how to drive them. You got to hit it at a certain speed, and you don't want to stop. If you stop, you're stuck. So, but everybody's doing good. Matter of fact, all of our trucks hadn't had it. I mean, maybe one or two of them has been stuck, but for the most part, those guys have been going and coming. But we got some contract trucks that's coming in that's had a lot of issues with them getting stuck, and they got the transmissions, regular transmissions in them. But you know, and a lot of people, where everybody I get around, they ask me how the truck's doing, how the truck's doing. You know, they're doing fine right now, but they're new. They're supposed to do good. You know, in my experience with trucks or anything new, you're going to have a month or two of little glitches, you know, bugs to iron out. And usually once you get those bugs ironed out, hopefully then they'll run trouble-free 4 or 5 years, hopefully. And then you'll start having other issues, you know, when they start wearing down a little bit. But, you know, in a couple years, ask me the same question, I can give you a more definite answer on how the trucks are doing. Right now they're doing good. If I had to point at one thing that I don't like, is the trucks came out heavier than I expected they would. They were supposed to be even lighter than the old trucks, even though I got them spec'd out a little bit heavier with the 46 rears versus the 40s. But the trucks come out about 1,800 pounds heavier, and I'm not sure why, but I ain't had a chance to really look into it, but I'm going to. But I will say this, we have had issues getting our wood hauled before, but that has not been the case since we got these new trucks. They have been eating us up. In fact, we're having a hard time keeping the loaders running, and our production has got above 90 loads a week, hit 100 loads 2 or 3 times, but we've been 90, 95, 93, 97, been above 90 ever since we got the trucks, and if we can just continue that for about 5 or 6 years, we'll be in business.
I really don't even know what happened. It's been broke a good while, so I'm just going to the woods, and I would jump down to the John Brown thing, then just break right on off. And I seen where it had been broke over halfway yesterday. I seen it, and it just broken pretty much. I couldn't hardly understand it, but from the way we've been driving that old tractor, it was gonna happen anyway. Cause we were beating the family out there on those stumps. My 4-wheel drive ain't working too good, so I got to try to jump some stumps.
Guys, this is the end of the video. Again, we need your comments. Please hit that like and share button, and stay tuned for the next adventure out here in the swamp.